Hey there, how are you? Welcome, bienvenue, willkommen. What are those other words? Bienvenidos. Welcome to Ask MoJo Anything. And I'm really excited about this one this time. Why? I'm always excited, right? I'm always excited. Oh, got a little itch. Just there. Okay. I am always excited, but today I'm excited because I have figured something out. And that is that this show needs to be called Ask Mojo Anything. Now, you may not be thinking, hey, I have a question for Mojo, and I sure wish she would go live so that I could ask her my question. Aha. But there you go. I have questions ready for you. Ah. So until you do have questions, then I'm going to read viewer mail. I don't think I can actually call it that. No, wait a minute. You can't copyright a title. I was just thinking about David Letterman's viewer mail. Remember that? God, that was a long time ago. I've been watching the history of late night on CNN, I think it is. It's a really good series. I recommend it. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Let me see here. We're going to have some great questions. In the meantime, let me tell you who I am. I am Mojo Medium. Find me on the web at that.com, Mojo Medium. And I'm also known as Susan Morrow Johnson. You may know me as Susie Kendall if you knew me since we were kids. And every Wednesday, I go live here at 3 p.m. Central. Now, I'm running a little late today, I admit it, but I do want to try to be consistent with that, okay? And so who's Mojo Medium? I am a spirituality mentor. I am a manifestation genius. That's law of attraction. And I am also a psychic medium of some renown. Yes, some renown. Not sure how much. So I answer questions about all kinds of things. This is a cat hair. Yeah, cat hair's got me. I have cats. This is a cat bed right there. So and I have a new logo for the Mighty MoJo Club. That's one of the main things that I do, that where I answer questions is in the Mighty MoJo Club. The Mighty MoJo Club is an online community that's sort of like Facebook, except like a Facebook group, but there aren't any ads and there's not anything else that's like keeping you from getting to the Mighty MoJo Club. You just go in there and you are immersed in woo-woo. And what do I mean by that? I mean things about spirituality, metaphysics, meditation, manifestation, all these kinds of things that used to be called New Age. Maybe they still are. If so, it's kind of old to be calling them New Age. It's the old New Age. So that's what I do. That's who I am. And I really love working with people who are interested in those things. And I help the people in the club learn how to manifest efficiently, accurately, excitingly. And so it's a lot of fun. We have a good time. And this is one of those things. So, okay, let's take a look at some questions. I do answer questions a lot on Quora. If you're not familiar with Quora, I want to recommend that you go take a look at it. It's QUORA.com. And it is a question and answer forum. It has all kinds of topics. I mean, everything from health to, I don't know, law to weather to, sciences, math. I don't know. Anything that when you're like just want to Google something, you can go ask it specifically, ask a specific question that you can't find on Google. You can go to Quora and somebody out there knows. Somebody knows. Is that called hive mind or is it called crowd mind? I don't know. Anyway, somebody out there knows something and I'm one of them. So that's kind of cool. So you can find me on Quora they will not let you do a special name like Mojo Medium. On most social media, I am the Mojo Medium, at the Mojo Medium. But on Quora, I am under Susan Morrow Johnson. So it's kind of hard. Tell you what, I'll put the link here when I'm done. Okay? Okay, good. So let's look at this really interesting recent question. A viewer asked, can people suffer from diseases in the afterlife? And I definitely thought this was a very interesting question. I was tempted to dismiss it, to be honest with you, because I thought that just doesn't compute, I just thought, why would somebody even be asking that? But I thought, this is worth an answer. This person apparently has um, some notions or ideas about what the afterlife is, or they're trying to figure it out. And, maybe somebody's died of cancer and they thought that they might have cancer on the other side. I don't know why they asked this question, but I thought it was interesting. The question again is, can people suffer from diseases in the afterlife? Mhm. So here is my wise old sage answer. No, no, they can't. They don't. The afterlife is a dimension where human encumbrances do not manifest. So every dead person I've ever talked to over 8,000 years, okay, 8,000 clients, 8,000 dead people. Every dead person I've ever talked to has been like healthy because they don't have a physical body and they don't suffer from any spiritual dis-ease either. Everything is clear to those on on the other side. All is understood. Forgiveness is not even necessary because once we cross over, we can see plainly why any transgressions occurred, what that was about and what it was for, and that everything has a purpose. To everything turned. Yeah, there is a season. So there is no anger, regret, loneliness, guilt, or other negative human emotion. And no, there's no disease. So again, an interesting question, don't you think? Very interesting question. Okay, let's see here. Okay, here's a question that's not about anything metaphysical, but it's a fun one. Why do some people like sneaking up on others from behind? Do you know? Do you know the answer to this? Why do some people like sneaking up on others from behind? Now, I was taught as a child that that my mother was very easily startled. And while it was hilarious to sneak up around the corner and yell boo and listen to her scream and maybe drop whatever she was holding, I was taught that my laughter was not a good enough reason. My amusement was not a good enough reason to scare the hell out of her. So I quit doing it. And as an adult, I definitely know why. Now I had an old friend and one of my two daughters, and it seems like there was somebody else who were just super easy to startle, and they would tend to cry. Yes, I have my daughter tends to cry if she gets startled. And both of their husbands, the old friend and my daughter, their husbands had to learn to like sort of announce themselves, like being careful not to sneak up on their wives so that their wives wouldn't gasp and scream and cry. It's just it's an anxious, jumpy kind of reaction. So here was my answer. Here's my answer to why do some people like sneaking up on others from behind? I said, no idea, but I hate it. I once worked with a young man who was at least 30 years younger than I was. He was about a foot or so taller. I'm only 5'3". So he was very tall, and he just thought it was hilarious to sneak up behind me. And sometimes I can get jumpy, but I'm usually pretty hard to sneak up on. I don't know, I guess I have good sensors or something like that. But he thought it was just really funny to sneak up behind me and put his head right over my shoulder, like put his mouth next to my ear and go, hmm. What the actual living fuck? What even was that? I don't know. I don't know what was wrong with him. But I gave him a warning and I said, I really don't like when you do that. And sometimes, when I'm surprised, I just react reflexively. And I would hate to hurt you in self-defense or just, out of a reflex or a reaction. I don't want to hurt you. So please don't do that anymore. Well, it was his choice. I gave him a warning and he chose to ignore it. So the next time he did it to me, I brought my elbow back like that. I just jerked it back really hard, right into his sternum. He didn't do it anymore after that. And he didn't complain either, because how could he? Okay, let's see if we can get another answer on something that's, something about, let's see here. This is great. This is a really good question. Hey there, I just wanted to ask, as a newbie in Law of Attraction, when scripting for something in particular, should I write about it multiple times or only once and then read it every night? I've found so many different answers and I'm lost. And I really like this question because this person is trying to get it right. They're trying to get it right and they are confused about it. Like they've found so many different answers and they're lost. And here's the thing. Manifestation doesn't have to be, manifestation should be simple. It may not be easy, but it should be simple. And, once this person, or if you're a newbie also to Law of Attraction, over time, you will learn to trust your instincts and do what seems right to you. It's not like you can get it wrong. You're not taking a test. It's just that if you're not manifesting what you want, then, you need to tweak your methods until you discover what works for you. So I, however, do have some specific instructions. I said that many teachers say to make a vision board and post it where you can see it every day. Write it down 1,000,000 times every day. Picture yourself having the thing every day. And of course, when I say the thing, it's with a capital T, and it just means whatever your dire desire is, whatever it is you're trying to create. And it doesn't matter whether it's material or not. It could be an experience or a relationship or something like that. It can be money and it can be material things as well. It can be an improvement in a relationship. You can manifest or create or attract anything that you have in mind. So there are two schools of thought, and maybe I'm the only one in the second one. So the first one is make the vision board and put it on the wall and look at it every day. And the second one is don't do that. So that's me. Don't do that. Okay. You may have seen The Secret or the movie What the Bleep Do We Know? And The Secret's going on, must be going on 20 years old now. And there's a book and there's all kinds of stuff about it now. I don't even know. I don't keep up that much. But there's also a movie called What the Bleep Do We Know? And I think both of them are readily available. If you haven't seen them, I do recommend them. Now, in one of those movies, and I don't remember which one because they're similar, there was a person who he made a vision board. So a vision board is when you cut pictures out of magazines and write them down, paste them onto a poster board and you put it on the wall and you look at it every day. Because I am of the school of thought of don't do that, I figured out it works better. And that's why I'm from the school of thought that says don't do that. Where's my deal? I'm looking for, excuse me a moment. I'll be right back. Please stand by. All right. I'm getting this out for a reason. So you make a vision board and you look at it every day. So I made several vision boards, but I put them away. I didn't put them up on the wall because I didn't want to look at them every day. And here's why. There's something about putting it out there to the universe. This is what I want. And so you write it down or you put it on a vision board or you come on live video and tell people I am really excited about all the new members of the Mighty MoJo Club, right? Okay. So you put that out there, and then if you keep hanging on to it, like looking at the vision board every day or writing the thing 1,000,000 times or reciting the thing 1,000,000 times every day, if you're doing affirmations every day, it's on the bathroom mirror every day, and every way I'm getting better and better. And I say this every day, and it's true. Well, okay. So here's the problem with that I have found as a manifestation genius and a very good manifester. What I found is that kind of holds the thing in stasis. You know what I mean? It kind of holds it. Like yes, you've sent it out to the universe, but you're still stuck on it. You're not acting like you have it already. You're not letting it unfold. You've put it out to the universe, but you haven't let it go and let it grow and let it develop and let the universe create the way that it's going to come to you. It's stuck on that vision board, or it's stuck in your head in stasis. It's stuck. Okay. So in order not to get stuck, you write the thing, you make the thing, and then you put the thing away. Okay. The reason I went and got this out is that this is where I keep my vision cards, like vision boards, but portable. And this is how I do this. Okay. I'm going to get back to the guy in the movie. You thought I forgot, didn't you? I'm going to get back to the guy in the movie. Okay. So here's one of my vision cards. Okay. A vision card is like a vision board, but portable. And I usually just write on it instead of cutting things out of magazines, which is, I think there is some validity to the idea of cutting things out of magazines and taking time to look at them and choose them. But really and truly, writing it down is just as good. Do write by hand. You know, I don't recommend making vision boards or cards, in JPEGs. So you write it down and you put it away. Now then, they get back to the guy in the movie. He had made a vision board, and he made a bunch of them. And on one of them, there was an aerial shot of this big, beautiful mansion. Big, beautiful mansion. So he was going for wealth and a big, beautiful mansion, and maybe more than one, lots of travel, lots of money, whatever, maybe a plane, I don't know. But that was on one of his vision boards. And I think it was 5 years later, they had moved, and I don't know if he had put the vision boards away before they moved, but they were definitely packed in a box. And so they hadn't gotten settled in or anything. And this box of vision boards was in the man's office, and his little boy came in and opened the box and said, "Hey, Daddy, what are these?" And he said, "Those are my vision boards from 5 years ago." And he pulled them out, and he pulled one out, and it had the picture of the big, fabulous mansion. And he realized it was the house he had just moved into. I know that sounds like one of those stories, doesn't it? It sounds like one of those stories like, yeah, that didn't really happen. Oh, no, it's true. My cousin's, neighbor said it happened to her uncle. Yeah, it's true. Definitely. I heard it. I know. I trust these people. They tell the truth. It sounds like one of those stories, but I actually believe it. And the reason is that he did it and put it away. I had the same experience. Now, I don't live in a big mansion, but I made a travel vision board, one that was specifically for travel, listed a bunch of places that I wanted to go. And just, the idea of travel. I made a big board, and maybe I had a picture of an airplane and a picture of the Eiffel Tower or something. And then I put the names of the places that I wanted to go. And among those places were New York City and Paris, France. Now, I actually wasn't big on New York City or Paris, France. I mean, I thought maybe someday. I made this vision board. I was in my 40s. Excuse me. This was probably 12 years ago, maybe 13 years ago that I made this vision board and put it away. And so those two cities were on my vision board, even though it was just kind of like, well, where are the hot places in the world that people visit? There's London, Paris, Munich. Everybody talk about pop music. New York City, San Francisco, Tokyo, things like that. So those were on the vision board. And a few years later, I was moving, and I came across the vision boards, And I pulled out the travel one and I looked at it. And not only had I been to a couple of other of the locations on there that were more within like, yes, this is definitely, I want to go to Disney World. I want to go to the beach. I'd been to those places, but I had been to Paris and I had been to New York. I really had. I mean, yeah, and they just happened. I actually did not pay for either of those trips. They were both gifts. So, and the trip to New York, I probably made that vision board less than 2 years before the trip to New York and put it away and forgot about it. But when I took it out and looked at it, sure enough, oh my gosh, I've been to Paris and New York. And I didn't even really want it that badly. But there it was because I put it on the vision board and put it away. Okay. Let's see here. Let me see if I said anything else. Okay. Another effective method for manifestation besides writing things down. This person had asked, should I write it once? Should I write it multiple times or write it once and read it every night? No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's my school of thought. Don't do that. Should you write it down and read it every night? No, don't do that. You can sleep with it under your pillow if you like, but try to just kind of put it aside. And that's what I say, write it down and stash it. Another effective method is meditating or self-hypnotizing to get your brain into theta brainwaves and get past your subconscious, which I call the gatekeeper, and invite the worthiness of your soul into the world. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm not going to get into divine value. You can check out the last episode for that. All right, let's see. We're going to do one more question, okay? Just do one more question. Let's see here. And good. Okay. Let's see. There's another one about law of attraction, blah, blah, blah. I do a lot of things. I look at questions about difficult childbirth because I had that. Okay, here's one. Here's a good one. How can I forget my coworker's sad psychic reading to me? Can I still change the prediction a psychic saw? Now, first of all, shame on that psychic for making a sad prediction. I'm not saying that I wouldn't give someone news that was important for them, but I don't just tell them sad stories. Oh, you're going to die, and that's all there is to it. You don't have any choice. Or your boyfriend's going to dump you. Mwah, mwah. That's a shitty psychic. That is a shitty, unethical psychic. I would never do that. So what I do, and I'll get back to this question, momentito. What I do is if I deliver something that is quote unquote bad news or a warning, it's something that you can do something about. I'm never going to say your boyfriend's going to dump you, wah, wah, or, you won't get the job. Too bad. So sad. You're going to die. Sorry. No. If that's supposed to happen to you and it's just your destiny and there's nothing you can do about it, I won't get the information. But if I do get the information, it means there's something you can do about it. So it's not really changing the prediction. It's more of like, here's some information you need to make sure that this thing doesn't come to pass. And a lot of times I feel like the reason that thing doesn't come to pass is that they were given the warning through me. I know it's a little convoluted. So let me tell you a little bit more about what I answered to this person who said, how can I forget my coworker's sad psychic reading to me? Can I still change the prediction a psychic saw? So besides being unethical, I tend to doubt this psychic's reading. I really do, because I think that just sounds like somebody who's wanting to feel superior in having psychic knowledge, and that's not what the gift is about. So if they really have the gift, I don't know. Okay. I can tell you some basics. Many people do believe that the future is fluid and can be changed. In my experience, there are some events that seem to be carved in stone and cannot be changed. Again, without knowing what her or his reading was, I couldn't tell which one that reading involved. There are, like I said, I call them destiny points. Those are the things that are going to happen in your life because that was part of the plan. And frankly, I have a really hard time determining whether it's fate or choice. It's really hard for me to figure it out. When I have predicted the future accurately so many times, doesn't that mean that that thing is already there? Or maybe it's just that everything's taking place at the same time and I can somehow reach around and grab that thing from another time. I don't know how it works. Edgar Cayce said that psychics could only give you the most probable of several probable outcomes. I don't know if that's true or not. Okay, so putting fate aside, what matters is that you are comfortable with your belief in your future. This is really important about the sad psychic reading. Try not to dwell on this prediction and focus instead on the future you want. It's hard not to think about it, but do try. By the way, I already told you about that I wouldn't tell you something sad. So those are the answers to Ask MoJo Anything. And I want to tell you a couple of things before I let you go. And oh gosh, I've got a couple of questions. You're not on the wrong page, Andrea. You've lost your brother. Can you tell me he's at peace? All right. So a little earlier, I answered a question about people on the other side if they could have disease. And I will tell you this, that not only can they not have disease, but everything's okay. Your brother is fine. I mean, without me even tuning into him, like I would in a reading, I can tell you he's fine. He's given me a thumbs up. He would like for you to get a reading, if not with me, with someone, so that he can let you know personally that he's fine. But yeah, everybody on the other side is happy. They get to do the things they want to do. And I've actually got a new divine download that is just so amazing. I'm going to share it with you soon. Right now, I'm calling it the soul cycle. The soul cycle. So it's like the life cycle of a soul. And I'm not sure what I'm going to call it. I haven't made the graphic yet. I haven't gelled what I want to talk about with you about that. But I can tell you that once you pass away, including your brother, you're fine. You're happy. All is forgiven on both sides. There's no animosity. There's no withholding of love. Those things are just not possible on the other side. So I hope that helps you. And thanks for asking. And you were on the right page. Thank you. All right. So the other announcement I have is that the Mighty MoJo Club, thank you very much. Let's see here. I've got somewhere, I have some stickers. I like to get things from Vistaprint and, t-shirt shops and whatever. I'm growing out my hair to look like River Song. So here it is, the Mighty MoJo Club. The Mighty MoJo Club. So that's my new logo for the club. And the Mighty MoJo Club is where the woo-woo people meet, share, learn, create, and become. And so this is where we talk about manifestation. This is where we talk about how to fulfill your destiny and figure out what you want to be when you grow up and why are you here and why does this happen? You're so welcome, Andrea. Thank you. In the club, we do all of that. We get together. We have semi-monthly training and masterclasses in things like the soul cycle that I just mentioned. And here's the big announcement about the Mighty MoJo Club. It is a subscription. But there are no ads within the community. And it is a subscription, but I have been giving away the first month free, and that's about to come to an end. The monthly rate is really, really reasonable, but the first month free is about to come to an end. So head over to mojomedium.com and check out the Mighty MoJo Club. Get it before it's gone. After June 1st, there will be a registration fee, a small, reasonable registration fee for new club members. So I really want to encourage you to come on and get in the club. All right. And besides that, you know what? You belong. You belong. That's the whole point. You belong. Got it? Got it. I have prattled on for half an hour. I'm going to stop. And I hope that you, my friend, will have a great day. And I'll see you next week on Ask Mojo Anything, 3 p.m. Central, Wednesdays, YouTube and Facebook. Ta ta.